All right, are you ready? All right, before we get going here, this is going to start getting kind of rough and nasty because all these keynotes that go in and dimensions and all that stuff and furniture and all these things that go into our building are going to get kind of rough. So what we do in the industry is we have what's called a working plan. So basically the working plan is just everything goes in it. So all the electrical, all the mechanical, all the plumbing, all the keynotes, all the dimensions, everything goes in there. And then what we do is we make copies of that drawing and turn things on and off to what we want to see. For example, if we do a presentation plan for a client, they don't want to see keynotes, right? That would be ridiculous because, they don't want to see that, right? They want to see, the house with the stuff in it, right? So here's what we're going to do. We are going to make a copy. So I'm going to take this right now. I'm going to go ahead and rename that to working. Whoops, cap locks. Okay, and that is our main thing. Let's say yes to that. We have two stories, right? So we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and call that working. Like so. Now we would do the same thing with the ceiling plans and so on, right? All right, so, but this is mostly the floor plans. I mean, you can do the same thing with elevations and sections and all that stuff, but it's mostly floor plans. And we're gonna duplicate with detailing. If you duplicate, it doesn't get all the annotations, so not all of the sections and elevations and all that come over. With detailing, it basically makes an exact copy of what you have, and that's what I want you to do, like that. And then we'll do the same thing with the second floor. We're going to go and right click and duplicate with detailing. So far, so easy. What I'd like you to do on this this copy is I would like you to rename it to, we'll call this dimension. Maybe something like that. That's usually what they do. They call it something in the neighborhood of that. Capital. Okay, got it. So duplicate the floor plans, give them names. Oops, I don't want that called working, sorry. I want that to be like this. That's what I want. Got it? They're exact duplicates right now. Okay, watch out. Once you have that, I'm not sure which one's on the sheet right now. I really don't know which one is on the sheet. It could be the right one or the wrong one. I don't want the working drawing to be on the sheet. In my case, the working drawing is on the sheet. I'm going to delete it. And I'm going to put the correct one on the sheet. Now you'll notice that when I took that off, the keynote legend got all blank. If I drag the dimension drawing on the sheet, Now, of course, it starts to populate, right? So you can get that and move it on there. You should have no trouble with that. You can see what's happening with mine right now. See the big box right there? That's happening because the crop region is kind of big. So if you want to pull that crop region in a little bit, some people like to do that because that box becomes kind of annoying. Don't go too much because obviously, you'll crop your building. So don't do that, but get it so it's, realistic there, and then just turn it back off again. You can do the same thing with level 2. Turn on the crop region. And you can see there that actually looks not too bad. I might pull that in just a little bit. And then turn it off. All right, so we've got the dimensioned plans good to go. I'm going to go back to my sheet. Just making sure that looks good. See how it's kind of smaller now. It's not quite so annoying. And then you can take your, your view tag, make it the same length as the building. You guys know the routine there. I don't know if I like the way that is, huh? Let's activate the view. That's kind of annoying right there. No, it's pinned. Just going to pull that in a little bit because there's no reason to have that annotation thing so far out. On his, I might do that because he's picking up this stuff right here. So it doesn't really matter where this is because it's all about the crop region. But, if you have sections, I'm going to go back and pin that because I really don't want to move it. And remember, we talked about that. But you can't move it unless you pin it. All right, that looks pretty decent, actually. Okay, I'm going to deactivate the view. Make sure it shows level 1 dimensioned, and then do the same thing with level 2. Again, I'm not sure which one's going to stick on the sheet. That one's the working one, so that's no good. Again, you can see the toilet in there, but that'll be gone because it's not on the sheet. And we'll be getting to that in a second. And then drag your level 2 dimensioned on the sheet. So it should look like that. Easy enough? All right, let's do that one. Caleb, what do you got? First off, let's look at it. I just want to see, you got a big scale there. Could you move your mouse down a little bit? I want to see your scale. Not quarter, that's right. Let me just look at your view. Caleb, quite large. That's why I'm giving you the, like I'm your parent. Caleb, take out the trash. Caleb, make that smaller. I don't know why you made that so big or why it got so big, but yeah, that's really big. So what's happening is it's just going crazy on your sheet. I would also move this a little closer, not too close, but you can see what's happening here. I think, jeepers. Where is your elevation, man? Oh, there it is. I'm going to move this a little bit out of there because it's hard to see. Yeah. So, rein this thing in a little bit. Yeah, something like that. And then turn it off. You shouldn't have any more problems. That was definitely the problem. what was likely happening, you're bringing it in and it was just sort of going in there somewhere, but because it was trying to put the whole box on the sheet, it kind of centered it on the sheet. Yeah, it was probably way up into the left. And Luke, it doesn't matter. It's just reasonable. The crop region doesn't matter if it goes off the sheet a little bit. You would go to here. Yeah, it's right next to the sunglasses. And then you can scrunch it a little bit. All right, watch out. So now that we have that, I'd like you to be doing the keynoting on the working drawing, not on the dimension. I'm sorry, on the dimensioned drawing, not on the working drawing. So I'm going to close the working and close the working. And I just kind of like go back and forth here. So this is where the keynotes go. Keynotes are two-dimensional objects. So if you put it on one, it doesn't go on the other. So I don't really need keynotes on the working drawing because it's not going to go on a sheet, right? I want it on the dimension one that's going to go on a sheet. All right. So now that we have that and we have duplicates, here's what I want from you. You're going to go into your keynotes and I am looking for things like, we're basically doing the bathrooms, the master bathroom, the kitchen, the laundry room, and then the tech spaces. Got it? Master bathroom, kitchen, laundry, and tech spaces. So, in the bathrooms, you're going to get things like countertops and backsplash for your finishes. If you're not going to really get paint so much because that would be on the elevation. So anything that you would see in floor plan view, as far as finishes go, you would have that. I think flooring would go here. Okay. And then specialties, refrigerators, range, medicine cabinets, just widgets that go in the rooms. These divisions are a little, I don't know, tricky, but it's not really the end of the world, to be honest, if you put it in a wrong area, because in the end, it just comes out on the keynote schedule. So don't sweat that too much. It's more like you're just trying to find out where to put stuff. So, medicine cabinets. What else would be, in a kitchen or in a tech space? Yeah. Dishwasher would be in here. What else? Yeah. I'm sorry? A cooktop. Yep. You could even in the tech space, it could be like a printer, could be something like some kind of device. So that, and then you're going to get furnishings. Not too much on furnishings, I think, because that'll be for later. And then plumbing, we should have quite a bit, right? Since kitchens and bathrooms and stuff. So things like sinks and faucets and toilets and pedestal sinks and stuff like that would be on there. You guys know the routine. You copy, you do your thing, you right click, you copy, you here, Control V, and then add the next number. If you mess up and you do like 2 number 4s, it does create a problem and Revit yells at you, for obvious reasons, because you can't do that. But it's not hard to fix. Electrical, there'll be quite a bit of electrical. So I'm just going to give you a little look-see at that and just kind of take a peek. Vanity lights, vapor-proof lights, GFI, 20 amp GFIs were really common. Cat 5 for your tech spaces, where you plug in the blue, or like our blue cables. Laundry is dedicated circuit. Now, what's going to happen on something like this is going to end up being like a user keynote because it's not really specific to any one thing. It's just you're saying, yes, the laundry is a dedicated circuit, which means, if your washer does something evil, the lights in your bathroom don't go out, right? It's got its own circuit. So there's quite a bit of that in a house. Your range has a dedicated circuit, same thing. Your range sucks a lot of power. They want a dedicated circuit. So if something goes wrong, then not everything else goes out. Anyone have a spa? like a jacuzzi, that's a dedicated circuit, things like that. It'll be things that they want to be isolated. Your air conditioner is a dedicated circuit, right? If your air conditioner goes out, the lights don't go out unless the whole house does, obviously. All right. Your dishwasher, and then, that fan light combo might look something like that. I don't think you're going to get, I've got this on here, but I don't think we're going to get into the bedrooms, right? Based on what I have. If you happen to have any smoke detectors or CO2 detectors in the area of influence, then we would put that. And I'm not sure we do. You might have a smoke detector CO2 in your kitchen. It's possible. If you do, then you'll have to get that. Let's see. What else do I have here? I think it's pretty much it. So, would you capitalize them all, please, instead of doing regular text? It makes it easier for me to grade. And then obviously you apply them. So I'm going to go ahead and save the file, minimize, and then I'm going to go to annotate, Keynote, Keynote settings, and I'm going to reload. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, it has a duplicate 2802. What does that mean? Let's go back and let's find out what 2802 is. Oh, what I did is I forgot to, do you see what I mean? So if you make a duplicate, Revit gets pissed. So you go, okay, whoops, I just forgot to put a 3 on that. I'm going to save it. Exactly, yeah. So it's really not a big deal unless you don't have access to the Keynote file. So sometimes your boss does, and it's like, God damn it, so I got to go tell the boss I messed up. Reload. Yay. So, and then you apply the keynotes. The keynotes either be element keynotes or user keynotes. We haven't done material keynotes. So, and you can just use element or user. That's fine. I know that some of the stuff is material, but just go ahead and do it this way. All right. Questions on that? So, common sense, if you're pointing, if it's a refrigerator, then, apply it that way. If it's just something you have to point to, then make it a user keynote. Got it? So you're doing it on the dimensioned plan. All right. Keynotes. You're going to want to open that Keynote file first and just kind of start filling it out. That's what I would do. It's easier to kind of like, okay, what do I have in there? Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, that. Just having to go back and forth.